Good evening, afternoon, and morning, everyone, and welcome to the Squad Clash of Nations tournament. I'm your caster, the Venerable Winter Sins, back from the dead and honored to cast one of the last great matches in the pre-infantry combat overhaul squad. That's right, the entire game of Squad is changing on September 27th, so if you don't know, now you know. Today we have Royal Battalion joined by 1st Recon Battalion versus the 44th Royal Anglian Regiment. Probably said that wrong. On the classic yet lovely Yeeho AASV4. Shout out to today's ref, Troll. No, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about his name. And he is Troll. Big thank you to him for reffing. It takes a ton of stress off me as a caster, and we love our refs. Now, this match is a unique one for me as the factions are relatively balanced and the equipment is balanced as well, with helos, gun trucks, wheeled IFV/APCs, and a tank on a 15-minute delay. And you heard me right, a tank in a comp match. It's just a regular game of Squad, and I'm your regular Moy Dog patented eye in the sky. Do not at me. Currently, we are 48 v 48, might be a little less than that, but this is definitely exciting as it's me getting back into casting for a match. Who knows? Comp scene might not exist in the next few days, but we will see. Hopefully it does. I really not holding out hope. I'm honest with you guys. Marks all over the map. Spread looks good. Now I am following the 44th is what I will call them for shorthand. First, they are playing Marines, so we're following Marines, and I'll stay Marines for the next match as well. Stephanie is going to be the spot that they want to push ASAP, and they are moving quick. You'll also notice something about these layouts is they're very specifically designed. We got hats It seems to be the majority here. A lot of medics in use. The more medics, the better. And I think we're going to be the same, see the same on the RB side. We'll call them RB. One other interesting fact about 44th is they have some guest stars in here. We got some RVN group of guys. And no, do not get excited. That is not Dr. Hammer. It is a lie. It's a fib. I was excited too. Try not to. But that is in fact the real Vex. You know him. You love him. Looking for a first little bit of contact. It looks like RB got to West F first on the north end. We just have people scouting. These Lab 25s have great coverage of the map. It's interesting to see where they are. And yes, there's a first little bit of contact right here. No one dead just yet. Excellent. He's on reload. He's gonna get away. Redman actual is looking for a fight. Oh, here we go.
Objective secured. I say again.
Or taking a little bit of fire. Rocket shot over from Yoda. I don't know how to pronounce an X. Too many people. First RB holding their own. This is my first time seeing First RB in action. I know them as a community, but to see them in the comp scene is always very exciting. Here's another interesting bit right now about First Star or the 44th is they have no one on their back cap. I'm triple check reading the map. I'm not sure why they chose to be delayed in this way, but it's interesting. This is just a normal game of squad, and I like it. We got a vehicle destruction super Osric of the 44th gets that clap. Bunch of bodies down. Shout out to him. Doing good work. Helos are up, so we'll start seeing some helos do some action. Where is the RVN guys? Well, we got Hexman, but he's dead. Cynico. Definitely a fan favorite. Poor Jake on the ground in the distance. Gotta remember all the STM controls. Small little flank going on here. Looks good, looks good. RVN definitely doing their own flanks. They're definitely skilled individuals. Now, this is an exciting match because you have First RB, which is my first introduction to them. I don't recognize any other name. You have Royal Battalion. That's Jenny's team. They've been around for a very, very, very long time, and that's exciting to see. I think he's going after the helo. So they definitely have some experience. And I was told, I can't name my sources, but I was told that RB has this game. But with RVN here, this spices things up quite a bit, so it's exciting. Very exciting to me. I don't expect any turtling. I expect some good play going on. Saban, Decoy, doing the great flank like they should. Kiersey, that is who Doc Hammer is. Probably fucked up his name, and I don't know, another player's mad at me for not calling him the right name. Happens. It's also interesting to have this many players on the board. I'm kind of zooming around everywhere trying to find out where the action's gonna be. Because this is the center point and we care about this the most is why I'm kind of settling here. We do have flanks and we do got some interesting things going on, but it's not too relevant. One interesting thing to note is that they don't have anyone on Yeho. I'm not sure why they don't. Armor squads are rolling together. I believe that's Omnitech. Yep. Omnitech. Bear. Dagestani. Levi. Petey? And nothing. Interesting that they're 3-manning one of those vehicles, but this is just... The exciting thing for me is I have never casted pretty much a 48v48 normal game of squad. And that's exactly what this is, and that's... I just can't tell you how excited I am to see, like, a normal game of squad being pressed, and usually you wouldn't have the amount of bodies to fill up a whole team, and that's usually why you see the 36v36 layouts in competitive games, but this is excellent to see. Interesting thing to note, wherever Doc Hammer or Kiersey decides to be, he's using a marksman rifle. Vex doing good work. They're really rounding them up, but they do have a spawn here somewhere, or at least they're pushing all together. They got lower pet, so now it's Yevhenivka and West Steph. West Steph being capped by 44th. Definitely exciting. Give me just a second. Here we go, back at it. Vex moving in. I don't think I've seen Vex go down yet. He definitely knows when to push. And I almost think it's a little overpowered to bring in a whole squad of RVM players. The discrepancy between now, I'm not saying either of these teams here, or any of these teams here are casual or community players, but the discrepancy between like a good community and a bad comp team is still miles apart. So to have a top tier comp team, even a squad, is definitely a threat. I mean, shit, even one of the a really good comp player can turn the tide of an entire game, just being able to solo and know the mechanics. But you know, don't worry about that if you're not too good at the game, because it's all changing in a few days. Please excuse the salt in my voice. I think I'm among friendly ears when I say that I'm not exactly looking forward to this update. The comp community and teams have been a part of, you know, me as a streamer for a while. And it's sad to see it go. X-Man doing the revives. Nice and stealthy. Ooh, Sepula goes down. By the good old Doc Hammer. Kiersey. Ooh, but he goes down too. No! Dead inside. I was warned about him. I was warned to watch him. And then they got a little flank going on here. It's good. It's good to make sure that they don't get a hab be placed this far out for West Steph. But now the fight seems to be over Yevhenivka and West Steph. Now, RB has a hab there that's perfectly fine. It is getting mortared. They do know where it is, which is looking no bueno. But 44th has a flank squad up north, which is excellent to see. And they're utilizing that tree line, which is a safe haven for your infantry. RB Maddie there. I'm not sure if that's Maddie Mice. It could be. I think it is. Good to see him again. Block Your Eagle. Don't know him, but he is blockier than before. Fake TGO. Tigo, if you will. Dropping him. Ficus. Akon rotating out. Looks like they're prepping a secondary hab here. We'll see if it works out. Tigo goes down. Ficus is still there. A rally still does exist for 44th Squad 13. We will see if it holds up. Zooming over to the swamp edge. Smacer. Moving through the swamp. Let's see the play. Interesting. Highlander doesn't even react to his shots. Squad leaders leading the way. Extremes coming in, possibly for a revive. Has gun up as he moves. It's excellent to see. Smacer has to cross this opening. I don't believe he's exposed. He could be by this time for infantry, fellow infantry, to move up. But it does not seem like that's the case. Fellow infantry getting a little pushed back. Moving into the city, it does look like the RVN guys have swept the corner out, so it is a pure fight directly on West Steph. Now, one of the other interesting things is I haven't cast a match since the... That's one lab 25 down. What's the plan for Pesla? Pisa. And Knipter, looks like it's to get out of there. What is the health on that? Health, I mean, he's pretty hurt. He could have got him. He could have got him. I guess he wasn't feeling that confident. And I'm not sure where the other BTR is. A quick look at our screen. Nope, not going to show it to me. Thought it might. So he's going to get out of there, live to fight another day, as he should for a normal game of squad, especially if you're wolfpacking. Tanks are in play, and they are rolling out. Interestingly, RB keeps their tank in the back. Let's see if we can zoom over to see him, see what kind of sightline he has. Thinking about that specific angle, I can't imagine it's too great. Can we get a cam on them? Nope, can't get a cam on him. This is a very pigeonholed area, and it looks like it's just in preparation for a flank. But, so this is... That's always been my theory, kind of my strategy in squad, if you will, is a lot of people take the tank and they go on the outside of the map. Well, that tank is in preparation for exactly that happening. But what happens when the enemy tank doesn't go on the outside of the map and just goes straight in and supports infantry? Well, infantry now has a pretty huge debuff. They got a tank shooting at them. Some multiple guns and heavy armor. No bueno at all. But it doesn't look like he is pushing in. He's defending infantry or helping attack infantry from a distance. Now, friendly Hab just got gun runned. It was stuck outside a little bit, so that's why it was able to be hit like that. Placing it inside, always a great idea. That building in particular, not the best, but at the same time, it's an inside Hab. But as you can see, the inside Hab, it didn't mean shit because it still got hit. So, rest in peace on that. Going back over to the infantry combat. Got a few bodies down. Got some people touching up. 5 King Bob 5. Still up. Jake, I think he just got tapped. RVN, I assume. Raven, I should call them. Sinico doesn't see what's going on behind him. Rage might go for the one tap, and he misses. Oh my god, look at the bodies. Decoy. Someone stop this man. I don't know if he had help, but that's a perfect example of a top tier squad player. Looks like he did have some help. We got the old Doc Hammer, which is not actual Doc Hammer. I'm going to remind you that every time I see him. That's Kiersey. There always has to be at least one Doc Hammer existing in squad at all times. And he's just carrying the torch. Staying back. He was helping Decoy as Decoy pushed up. And they're moving through the woods. They're going to flank around and get the back of that Hab, which looks excellent. 44 doing their best to push up against him, with Plan B and Sinico being the counter flank. Rage 0317. Let's see if we can watch this action. He's doing a little peek in there. Interesting. He just runs past. Rage didn't hear him. What is Rage looking at? McPhee's Claymore might be his next victim. We'll keep an eyeball on Rage. See what Plan B is doing. He's clearing his corners like he should, making sure it's safe to revive Cynico. And there, I think no, Rage is deaf. Rage is jamming the music, probably unable to hear the multiple people that pass him. Cynico back up due to Plan B's assistant, which is excellent, and we got the RVN crew moving in on the flank. Nice spread out wide, ready to react. Let's put an eyeball on Vex C inside the mind, excuse me, of Vex the man. Ooh, decoy goes out, gets clapped, but it's okay, because 44th is right behind him, ready to push in. The hab looks like it's in that building. It is contested. They know that. All it is a sweep operation. Hexman moving in. We got some shots coming out. Couldn't see where. Cynico Plan B meeting up. This looks like a sweep for 44th. On the enemy hab. And the interesting thing is, we haven't been watching, but the interesting thing is that RB does not have a secondary hab up. They don't even have one behind on West Pet, Upper Pet, anything like that, which is always a little scary. We can see that the tank did move up, operated by Levi and Nothing, in a pretty good angle. I like this angle. It's definitely a hull down position. The weak points for the T-72 are, for the most part, covered. And don't forget that in the current and ICO version of Squad, double damage weak point for shooting at the turret ring, which is always a disability. However, the Abrams has, in my opinion, an even worse weak point. Do double damage all you want. It's possible to still take 5 hits. Abrams is kind of just chilling. They're not pushing up. And while we do see the use of mortars, we don't see... Damn. Look at all the blue kills. 44th and RVN are popping off. Is this even fair? They are just farming the inside because that's their only spawn. RWS truck comes in as it should. That RWS truck can just pen the other side of the wall. They can also drop a radio smoke to help them out, but for some reason we don't have the brain cells to do that. Right through the wall, Hexman eats the 50 cal, but Kiersey, Doc, Hammer coming in. That smoke is going to be a detriment to them, though, because it blocks them seeing out and defending the area. Yes, they can get the revives, but it's not going to help them the way they think it will. Smoke is an offensive piece of equipment, or projectile, however you want to say it. Looks like they did get the radio. Excellent. That hab is gone. That is unfortunate. Current ticket difference. Only about 20 tickets in favor of 44th. Check my notes here. Royal Anglian Regiment. I'm going to mess that up. Why am I going to mess that up? Because someone told me it was the 44th RB at the start. And I was like, wait a minute, it's first RB plus RB versus 44th RB? Bruh. And, because dyslexia hits me extra hard, I thought it was Angolan. I thought this was a South African comp team. It's Anglian, not Angolan. We all make mistakes, we're human. It's what we do, we live and learn. That's mortars coming in. Mortars do not look on point, which is kind of a shock for a comp match. Mortars, for the most part, are aggressively on point. Often. That's not good. Gun truck on fire. And it looks like they did get something set up on Yevhenivka. So that's excellent. Good to see. That flank squad wasn't able to do too much. We got Ficus coming in. Or at least hiding in a bush. I believe tank is... No, tank is not trading shot. It's supporting infantry now. Excellent. Really glad to see that we don't have just flanking tanks. Trying to run over... Oops. This is what I wanted to see. Wanted to see what he was doing. Possibly looking at to where the enemy helos were going into a hover. Those helos are a great indicator if you have someone actually scouting for the entire team on where an enemy hab could be, where they could be rearming. But if they're smart, like I think Charges is about to do, is rearm, yes, just on the outside of the circle. Possibly, maybe. Gonna go around for maybe a third spin. However, regardless of where it hovers, if it hovers, it's screaming out, hey, there might be a hab here or within this radius, because the radius is based off of the fob or the radio, and then you can put a mark down to indicate where the radio might be, which is why helos, a lot of the times, especially in pub matches, are a detriment more than a help. But it's exciting to see comp players take everything that squad has to offer before infantry combat overhaul, I might add, and apply it to an actual game. It's just exciting to see. Oh, and Jenny, there she is. Let's see if she can stand up to the Smancer. Smancer! No, Jenny! If you guys don't know little Jenny, that is Jenny, the squad. I believe her title was community coordinator. She was, or the OWI community coordinator. She ran the squad playtest, community playtest, closed playtest, if you will, for a while. And we all miss her quite a bit. So F in chat for Jenny. But I'm glad she stuck around. I'm glad she hasn't completely thrown the game away. But the sad fact is, some of these people that are playing right now might throw the game away after infantry combat overhaul. It's a big deal. Please go watch some videos on it. If you like the infantry combat overhaul, hey, more power to you. I'm glad that squad is turning into a game that you will enjoy more. Current ticket difference of exactly 30 tickets now in favor of 44th. Woo! Swing and a miss. Doc Hammer just popping off. Kiersey needs to calm down. Someone nerf him. Don't worry, the infantry combat overhaul will. I apologize. Maybe the last joke against the infantry combat overhaul. We'll see. We will see. Trying to zoom out here to see where exactly Kiersey is farming. And they might be flanking to the north end. Quick look at their Squad 3. Squad 3's rally is right there. That means they're moving through the woods. And there they are. There is bodies on top of bodies. Definitely a force to be reckoned with. And I know I'm hyping up RVN and 44th, but we are on that side. We will hype up RB when we are on that side. Lenny, he's coming in. Can he make a difference? No, he cannot. That is the answer to that question. No, he cannot. Armor back into play with a Logi just booking it. Does he have the precision and skill? We'll give that a 9 out of 10. Hab is indicated as overrun, but I think that's old news. That was at timer 44. That is not old news. That is the friendly 44th Hab being overrun. But interestingly enough, we see a great spread and a great use of rally, which is everything a comp team should be using. Rallies are everything. Lattice lines, carry SL, all the famous Doc Hammer quotes. But don't worry, 44th is moving back to help out. You see Labs hitting that vehicle because that vehicle is guaranteed points. You cannot revive a blown up vehicle to get points back. You can do it with infantry, which is why they destroy all vehicles. Also, most vehicles have the ability to carry ammo. You do not want them to get ammo. I can't tell if their radio's on bleed at the moment. Can we get King Bob here? King Bob's gonna breach and clear. Ooh, and they know they are there. What's Fuse's plan? Here, let's see Claymore. That was the worst pie I think I've ever seen in my life, McFees. That radio does not look okay. A lot of the time there is a timer. Got a little suppression from the fuse. I think that might have been a delay.
He's in the far back room with the radio.
One goes down. It might be too late. I think they got it. Either from the camper and rat. And they save it. They triple tap. Dude, they got the save.
They got
the save.
Perfect.
They got the save. They didn't. I do not know how that came up so quick. But keep in mind there has been a new patch, a new update that makes it so you can dig down a radio, a friendly radio that is bleeding, and it takes less digs to destroy it than it does to build it. Now, I only mention that because that radio could be dug up and a better radio could be placed with the resources that you do have in the truck because you do have 2 Logis there. Just a thought of something that they could have done in that situation. And looking at it now, I think we're still watching them in the camera. But it would be slightly embarrassing if they built this up to dig it down, and I think that's exactly what they are doing. Tell me you don't read the patch notes without telling me you don't read the patch notes. You can dig down a friendly radio when it is on bleed now, and it takes less digs to destroy it than it does to build it up. With no ticket loss, I might add. You do not lose the tickets when you dig down a friendly radio that is bleeding. Which, again, you can do. Hey, Winterson's here. Just giving you all the comp squad PSA. We got some flanks going on. Augustus Smasser. Smacer. S. Macer. We've seen him a few times. Augusta, what is he looking out for? Trying to get a cam on him. Game just does not want to give me a cam on him. Augusta, he may have earballs. We're not sure. Oof. He does, in fact, have ear balls. Fredgar. Excellent. Excellent usage right there. You saw him expose himself and take a few shots and pop off, and then he repositioned. Unfortunately, it didn't seem like it was quick enough. I think I would have fallen back to another bush, but that's excellent usage of exposing yourself with gunfire and then redirecting. Shoot, move, communicate, something else, something like that. All the first RP guys just got a hard on from hearing that. But that is a valid tactic in squad, and we're actually seeing a rally, a comeuppance with the RB group as they now have pushed RVM and 44th out of the city. They have pushed them all the way back to the wood line. We're seeing a great defense here. Current ticket difference, unfortunately, still is in 44th's favor by about, we'll call it 40 tickets, so it is increasing, not by much, but it is increasing at the speed that you would expect it to be increasing for a comp match of equal skilled opponents. And they did just that. They moved the Hab right onto the point. Now, some of you guys are screaming. Why would they do that? A lot of the times it's about tactics. Some of the time it's about getting a better grasp on the situation. So by putting it there, it's probably secure, multi-exits, safe, and allows people to disseminate into different buildings that are surrounded. Does it make it so the enemy only has to attack one point? Yes, it does, but that's not always a factor. It provides a much better defense. However, at the exchange of if they were to get attacked, if they were to make it into the city, a much worse defense. So it is a slippery slope for sure, but a valid tactic. We have the spread of bodies on top of bodies over here. We're going to go ahead and give you that patented Moi Daddy, Moi Diggity, Moi Dog Eye in the Sky. We got Lord creeping up. You can see he sees a guy, he taps out. See, trying to get an eyeball on him, so these two are up. Lord BP, we see people rotating, getting angles, and no, he is toast. Is there anyone left alive from 44th to clean these guys up? Nope, it just looks like post-war exists, and G takes him out. First RB, gonna go ahead and get everyone revived. Didn't see too much tactic here. That's not a hit on them. Excellent with the revives. I'm excited to see the end game score, specifically because I want to see how each group does. Specifically first RB, because it's my first time casting them, and they are definitely moving as a unit. I can't really tell until we cast them. Team composition looks like half RB and half first RB. I always used to rag on first RB because when they first came out, I believe their name was just RB. Their clan tag was just RB. And I was like, well, you know, that's kind of silly because then there's an RB, the British RB. So I used to call it American RB and British RB, right? Well, then BB exists, and then BB is Bloodbound, Bellows, and there's another one. Everyone just making it harder for each other. 44th, they give up. They force RB to cross the water. We got that delicious arty strike. Excellent. Starting from the top, moving down in preparation for infantry to push. As soon as that arty strike was called out, everyone went indoors. As you can see, communication never an issue with a squad competitive game. I mean, if you don't have communication, you don't have a squad competitive. Excellent to see. 84 admin cam receives suppression. Calling it now. Arty strike will do nothing to anyone that is there, although it did look like it took out Fuchs' sister. Mr. Lister the Sister Fister, in fact, is the full name, and that's Mr. Why did he die? Tough to say. One of the issues with these arty strikes you got to be careful of is if you go prone and you hide in the corner, your legs stick out. And if his legs were sticking out here,
fucking protect me.
Oh, I was in a shack and I somehow survived it instead of you guys.
if his legs stick out, they will hit his legs and they will kill him. That could have been the exact same thing for Fuse.
Other side from the
is
yeah, I noticed. Oh, you have a way better
unfortunate.
You got like a stone wall.
But it is always something to keep in mind when that happens. That's why when there's an arty strike, you crouch in the corner so you don't make that mistake, and you stay away from windows and doors. When an arty strike drops, it explodes outward in a cone. It impacts the ground and explodes in a 45-degree arc, so you're actually safest being as low as possible to the ground and having as much cover from the ground to face level. I mean, I know that's kind of obvious, but I look bad at explaining what I'm trying to say. But we'll just move on. 44th grouping up. Excellent to see. First RB looked like they're taking some hits, but they are pushing through. Not as spread as I would expect. But the fight here is looking pretty good. Let's take a look at our stars and see how they're doing. Not all dead. Joe, not Joe Mama, utilizing the monstrosity, the 600 build observation tower. Interestingly, I think it's inset into the ground, which is definitely not a big deal, but interesting to me. You can see another one being used there. A very controversial ad to the game. I think it was always meant to be added, but I always expected that to be a removed from the rules, as in like they, don't use it kind of thing. It is a little cheap. It does take away from the game a little bit, but in the defensive standpoint, it is a huge boon. So it's good to see them being used. It's been a while since I casted a game, so a lot of stuff is new. Unfortunately, Vex goes down to my trick, Wumpus, Spectre Dennis. Ooh, we got that tank still alive. And I'm curious if he's specifically using the coax PKP to engage targets to not expose what exactly that is. Suppression does not exist yet. But it is a thing. 22 minutes on the clock. Current ticket difference of about 4:39. So, well, shit. We'll just call it 40-ish tickets. Now, the weak point. Get this right. Oh. Swing and a miss. The weak point for the Abrams is right on the lip. I think it's this side, not this side. But if you aim right here, you can two-tap an Abrams. Yeah. Fun fact for anyone watching: better your game, better your tank game up. It's a risky shot, but if you can make that shot, it is definitely worth it. It'll literally half a tank's health. And I believe it's only able to be done with a Sabo. Not sure if it's able to be done with a missile. And the reason why is because that shot will go and hit the ammo rack, I believe, and you'll two-shot ammo rack it. Could be wrong. Correct me in the comments, the chat, and let me know. And shout out to Cade in chat for teaching me how to pronounce Anglian. I appreciate that, big dog. If you know me, which you may not, my specialty is getting literally everything wrong, from the countries to the names to the people. It's pretty much a guaranteed when Winter Sins casts a game. But hey, I'll give you fun little tidbits, like thanks. Where to hit him? Mr. Blue's getting all the fire right now. Hide Yoshi coming to back up. Looks like Censored Panda is on that north end there. Let's go ahead and get that Moy Diggity Eye in the sky. Doesn't look like they're responding. First RB are some survivors. I don't know if they're bushwhacking. Maybe I should focus on them a little more. Yoshi and Blues goes down due to volts. Unfortunate. And we got that Arty strike, and I believe, yes, it is. That is 44th Arty strike drop. Oh my God! What? Captain Slow calls the Arty strike. I believe there's no way that was just. We gotta verify. Yeah, Command Squad, Captain Slow, that was not an assault rifle kill. One round landed inside here and busted 3-1. My God, that was... Whew, that's a good one. Juicy. You love to see it. You love to see it. Now, do they have an infantry squad ready to press in? Yes, they did. Look at this group of fine young, maybe old gentlemen ready to press in, including some OP Raven individuals. Someone nerf them. Sorry about that, just getting caught up with the pings. A good caster will always keep a lookout for the pings, because sometimes casters mess up. I remember one time I did my entire intro and half the stream, or half the cast a game, with my mic muted. We're all human, we make mistakes. We hear that juicy 120 firing off shots. No idea what it could be firing shots off at. I guess Augustus. Ooh, we got a juicy group of RB individuals back here, and that's not just any RB, that's first RB. Recon Battalion, not a Royal Battalion. Although someone could just confuse everyone and make a clan called Royal... Nah, it doesn't make no sense. Let's name it Royal Battalion. Since two BBs can exist, why not? Just name a second RB. So that looks like their new mortar base, and interestingly, if you take a look at the map here, they dug up everything on East Nova and they moved everyone forward. First RB is specifically targeting them on their point, or on their mortar base, which is great to see, but mortars, as in any comp game or any pub game, any game in squad, should be utilized often and many. They're taking a more conservative approach by only having one mortar base because that allows them to easily keep one mortar base filled and don't have to worry about them losing tickets as they go. Current ticket difference, quite a bit has changed. It's 119, or correction, 119 to 57 ticket difference of about 60, yeah, 60-ish. RB now getting the backs pushed up against the wall. This may be a timeout game. This will be interesting to see. 16 minutes left on the clock. We see that aggressive smoke being used. They're throwing it far, they're throwing it deep. The closer you get to the enemy, the more obscure their vision is, and they have to rotate to see through it or wait for it to go away. But it's a video game, so it goes away in, I think it's 2 minutes. 1 minute, 2 minutes to complete. That's honestly the biggest taboo, or the biggest no-no that I see in the base game squad. Or whether it's from, well, for the most part, it's not really comp players. But in pub games, if you are a puppy, if you consider yourself a puppy and you throw smoke on yourself, although sometimes it's a tactical choice. I get it. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But just keep in mind that big white plume of smoke also says, hey, shoot me here. Assuming you're not currently surrounded by more big plumes of smoke. Jenny coming in for some revenge against Hexman. Can we get the Jenny cam up? Jenny creeping through the bush. Akon. Oh, no! Oh, Hexman tries to Q&E a dead body. And 3-round bursting. Plan B 3-round burst. Jenny and Akon. F in chat. But don't worry, Hexman got that quick Q&E to embarrass him. And the Q&E isn't really that viable anymore, so I love to see it. Surprise, once the infantry combat overhaul comes out for squad, Q&E definitely not going to be a viable thing, but I'm still going to do it. Why? Because it's funny. Let's get that Moy Daddy high eye in the sky. We'll keep it here to see how the battle is progressing. We can see from the east side the RVN guys are pushing in, and they're very effective, but they're also on a, they have an advantage to where they are. First RP grouping up a little bit harder than they should. I would have them spread out a little bit more, but a Grenadier would be so helpful here. Maddie holding that center area there, and Fish Inspector also holding the center, kind of keeping 44th locked in. I would recommend that they make a line of smoke on the west side or the left side of the screen across the road to be able to get into the wheat fields and be able to press. And there you go, you might see just that. We see one good smoke and another okay smoke. They're going dead center, but another red smoke, a blue smoke, bounced back. I think that's the first time I've ever seen. No, it didn't. Okay, all right, excellent. Good smoke coverage. That's exactly what they're doing. Good job, 44th. Don't even have to check on RVN. We'll zoom over as they're getting surrounded, but it does not matter. They are just laying them out. 92 versus 42 tickets, 13 minutes left on the clock. And they're just using work. Now, this is exactly why these towers are detrimental. While, yes, you put the exposed part to the easiest part for you to retake that tower, it doesn't matter. It still has these little angles, and to a skilled shooter, you'll see Vex's 3-round bursting. I personally wouldn't, but I'm not going to tell a man who's much better than me how to play the game. Is able to just shoot pop shots and get down, and he's essentially perfectly safe in there. So these defensive structures, while they are defensive, are can be used against you unless you somehow totally fortify them. Like, I'm talking 9D chess just to figure out how to make sure the enemy can't use it against you. Honestly, remote explosives would be excellent just for this rule, but I digress. That one placement alone kind of messed him up. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate. Decoy, Cynico moving in, and there's bodies on top of bodies. I think Jenny gave the do not give up call out. But this is a close game. This is a close game. Rage 0317. Don't know what that is. If it's an MOS or not. Probably not. Popping off. No idea where he's popping off. Oh, there is Rage down, but I can see where he popped off. These first RP guys literally push 44th out of this corner. They are clearing them out. RVN is the only one keeping it alive. And we'll see at the end if RVN really made a difference. I would assume they did. The flanks look good. But we will see. No one's capping just yet. I'm curious where RVN's rally is. A little bit off, and there's an area barrage. Interesting, going on right on top of RVN. This is an exclusive barrage specifically for them. Honestly, the commander, or RVN, the RVN squad here, should feel honored. There's a ranging strike, which, or not, well, anytime now. Let's see RVN's reaction to this. I think that this was a good call. While it is a little short and they're going to have a big problem on the west side, taking out these players is probably what you need to do. So that's the ranging shot. They all know Artie's about to happen. That Artie strike, the range shot literally almost took out Doc Hammer, which is not the Doc Hammer. That is Kiersey of RVN. Decoy, grown a pair push in because he does not want to be toasted. There's the arty strike, and Kiersey goes down. Hexman rushes. Decoy looking to get inside and gets toasted by middle. At least I think it's supposed to be. And that's it. They're done. But what this allows them to do is get the RB guys down there to revive that whole segment. But the first RB guys have quite the fight ahead of them. Let's go to the diggity view. Jenny joined the first RB guys on the counter push. Excellent to see. I haven't checked the map in a while. Don't got too much flanks going on. Interestingly, I don't know where the tank went for the RB guys and gals. But I do not see it. And I see the 44th's tank RTBing. Might have been a little action there. Interesting that they didn't meet up. 8 minutes on the clock. 69. Nice. To 22. 44th in the lead. 44th. Doing some work, doing some flanks. It's definitely the no give up time. And they're getting people up, but ooh, Plan B is back up. And he could very well be stacking bodies. I'm expecting it. Decoy up as well. Plan B goes down. Unfortunate by Akon. Good to get that revenge. Decoy is still up. Checking the map to see where their rally is. I must have turned it off because it's not easy for me to see where it is, which is unfortunate. Let's get some eyes down there to see what is going on. I regret getting some eyes down there. Looks like a hip got destroyed. Yoda, I assume it's Yoda, took it out. I believe Yoda was in the honk. I do not see. I do not see friendly tank anymore. I am blind. Oh my. They are doing work now. Pushing in. 6 minutes on the clock. 12 tickets left for first RB and RB. Definitely not looking good. Mortars are landing right on point. That's excellent to see. They're keeping them locked inside their hab. That's exactly why mortars are so juicy in the game. We see 44th having a hard time with that tower, which is why it's all about the flanks. We see the RBM boys back up, making a push, which is definitely deadly. 12 tickets. RB and crew do not want to give up. We'll keep this Moy Diggity eye in the sky. Let's take a look at Blocker here. Maybe he has a good angle. I can't tell if he's on the roof or not. Maybe he's dead. We see a solid lean from Volts. Taking a look at the 4th guys. 44th guys. See a little bit of turtling going on now. Both teams low on tickets, but I can definitely assure you that 44th did not expect first RB to put up this hard of a fight. So they're both probably in savior mode, and they do not want to give up any tickets. Akon making a press. Let's get a little more diggity closer to Akon here. Maybe give him a follow. Come on. See what he's got. Mr. Blues, 44th. Is he going to push Akon, I believe? Give himself a bandy. And he's going to lean. He's not going to see anything. He's going to go around the corner and gets clapped by post-war Luca. But don't worry, Red Man actual 769, the 769th pair to the Redman Actual fortune. Gets toasted with a close almost trade. We see RB Air flying in. What's the plan? Is he gonna keep speed? He does the climb. Oh, and Toozy gets the bleed out. And we see Air go directly for the revive and get toasted. That rip is the loudest sound in the world, so I do not blame him. Or, well, I kind of do blame him, but interesting to see. Brother Blunt doing some work, took out post-war. Smacker, Macer, S. Macer running away, as well as Censored Panda getting chased by Kite. Nope, he's double checking. He's gonna run right up on Smace. Runs past Smace. What did I just see? But Brother Blunt got him, and Censor's down as well. They are putting up a fight. We are getting down to the wire. I have not watched a timeout game in a long time, but hey, guess what? Might be a timeout game. I had a feeling it was going to be close. I had a feeling. What is going on? Am I just so high up that I hear all the mortars? It must be. The mortars must be flying past my head, and that's what I hear. That's pretty funny. I don't think I've ever heard that before. Checking the map. Yeah, everyone's pretty much in full turtle mode. RVN don't give a heck of care. Pushing in. Vex gets the tap. Dennis runs for his life. He's scared. He wants to live. He wants to go back to his babushka and mama. Will Vex let him?
Fucking cool.
Silence. Peasant.
Very good.
Silence. Peasant.
44 for top, baby. That's all right.
Good work.
Alright guys, we're going to swap over to our halftime and we'll be back in about 5-10 minutes. Didn't actually see how long it's supposed to be, so enjoy halftime. Get your water, take your piss breaks. Welcome back, everyone, to the second match in this Clash of Nations tournament. Once again, I'm your caster, Winter Sins, back from the grave for one last great match in the pre-Infantry Combat Overhaul Squad. If you guys didn't know, the Infantry Combat Overhaul is releasing September 27th, so real soon, your game is going to look very different. If you don't know, now you know. Yeah, so we just watched 44th Anglian Regiment. Almost called them Royal for some reason. Win by 42 tickets in the previous match. We're going to be following 1st RB and RB. That's 1st Recon Battalion and Royal Battalion teaming up to take on 44th. But it's not just 44th, because there are some guest stars shown up in 44th's lineup that may have skewed the favor of the game in 44th's view. But 44th is no slouch. They've been putting up a fight for sure. Definitely something to watch. Shout out to my ref troll. Nope. Not speaking about me. That's actually his name. We love our refs. They help us out and they take a lot of stress off of reffing a game. So this is a 48v48 game, if you guys didn't know, and it's on Yeeho AAS V4. Why does that matter? Because there are tanks. There are 2 helos, tanks, 2 open top gun trucks, 2 IV slash APCs per side, and they're relatively even, and 1 closed top. And we're going to get right into it. Both teams are warmed up. I definitely expect more from each team. And just to make sure... Alright, kept my mic on. Proud of me for that. A little bit of background music going on there. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And to those of you who are watching, a VOD will be available if you're not subscribed on YouTube shortly after this. As soon as I post the match results, we will get that uploaded to YouTube ASAP so you can watch and clip what you want. Why don't I have why do I have subscriber only on? To prevent abuse. There's people out there, you know, I say some weird stuff, could be taken out of context. But hey, if you want free access to that weird stuff, you could always subscribe. Please give me $2.50. No, I'm just playing. Don't save your $2.50. Both teams rushing for the middle as we would expect. 1st RB is going to be at a little bit of a disadvantage because the Russians on this side have the best push to West Step. And it looks like 1st RB knows that. They might try to turtle on East Novo or West Novo. Just depends on how they feel. They might feel a little demoralized. However, I'd feel pretty confident. They did really, really well last game. It was almost a timeout game. I believe there was 2 minutes left on the clock, and it was only by a 42 ticket win, which can be made up. I have seen much, much worse. And of course, the RVN guys and some 44th going with a full Logi as far and as deep as possible. Please don't clip that. And they get established on West Step. We can hear the gun truck already popping off. We already see some kills. Is that the RWS? That is the RWS. The RWS is going to patrol. RWS v RWS. Oof, gunner shot out already. That might not have been the gunner. It really is who can get a better shot on who. Ooh, I think that was a lav. Yes, it was. But it looks like the lav is targeting infantry. Ooh, and they're popping the Logi. Nothing takes out that Logi truck as well as one other person. That's an instant -5 tickets. But hey, look at this. Both teams are on the cap zone and they are capping. That is excellent. I'm a little worried, though. It doesn't look like they're getting anything established for East, which is worrying. We see there's a flank group for 44th, but Armor is nearby. Armor can easily go out and help them out. Ficus, Finzilla, Greedy, Fake, Tigo. You know the crew.
Strategic command online.
Action coming out here. No, it's V. It's 1v1. Or it's 1v2. Where is the second lav? Nowhere nearby. And they just demolish it at the cost of what? One of them being on fire. Oh, they might not get the save. 34. I think he's got it, but he's got to make sure he gets it. Does he get it? He's got it. He's got it. Excellent. And that is unfortunate for that vehicle. He was exposing himself by blasting that far away, but it's what's got to happen. Now Darius invites him. Ooh, with a hatch shot, instant death. Balancer. The Balancer. Was that Gerbear? That was Gerbear with that very excellent shot. I didn't catch the health on it before, but that was all gravy. Tigo coming up from behind, slapping them, killing their cap.
Objective captured. Move to the next objective, Marines.
It looks like they gonna. All right, they do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They do have the 7 required amount of people to full speed cap on the back cap by using a open top gun truck. That's exactly what I would expect to happen. Although it does, you know, I thought I had time to just run away.
Locked down.
Oh yes, East Nova was captured by the RB guys and gals, so that's excellent. They can now move into West Step and go for that cap. Not looking great though. We see a little bit more active use of mortars. Great to see. Just a friendly reminder, that is not the Doc John Hammer. That is Kiersey of the RBN crew. They're guest stars, but you know, they're kind of overpowered. Kind of like bringing a heavyweight to a featherweight tournament, although those featherweights can be pretty fast. They just kind of lack that power and that punch, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't. Big guy hit strong, small guy hit fast, but not as strong. It's also an endurance thing too. Usually the little guys have a lot more endurance. Or the featherweights, I should say. Ooh! And that's a Toaster Rooney by Hexman against the... I believe that was the RWS. Yes, it was the RWS gun truck. We see a little bit of infantry play here. Let's get that eye in the sky. See if we can tag someone. Anyone. Ooh. Tigo gets him. Charges. See if he can charge in, because it's not looking great when you're using RVN as your spear point. There's our ref doing ref things. Excellent. RB moving in, keeping an eyeball on the map to see how the map is going. Caps in.
Great job, Marines. We got the objective.
Yeah, excellent. Caps in Marines' favor. It's RB's favor. They take the lead for tickets for now. Yevnivka is where they need to be going. They just need one body in, and excellent. They already have a group moving in, and it's the first RB guys. It's definitely a surprise to see first RB doing so well. I'm not exactly sure who trained him, who taught him. I could definitely tell you it's not any relation to real-world tactics. It could be a part of the communication aspect, but they are definitely a surprise for how well usually communities do when they first get into comp.
We've taken the position. On to the next one, Marines.
But you know me, maybe you don't. I'm not exactly the most up-to-date on what teams are doing what, where. I mean, people change their name all the time, and I don't even know what's going on, man. I'm just here to be a halfway decent caster that checks the map way too much. Because we gotta look for those flanks. So that's a lot of 44th off point on East Novo. I think the plan is to pull the rug out from under them. So they're gonna keep their people there. Interestingly, that Squad 4, he doesn't have a rally down. One of the things this does do, though, it does make getting supplies up to the front difficult because they can just kind of lock down on East Novo. It would be good to clear that out in the long run. But perhaps they don't worry about it. Perhaps they want to rely on helos to do that job. Keeping an eyeball out for the tanks. 50 seconds till those are in play. Looks like we got people waiting at main for the 44th, and people waiting in main for RB. RB and friends. Decoy. Oh, just stacking up the bodies, man. First RB sticking together, moving through the bushes as you would expect. Uranium Rat has the plan. You know where the contact is coming from. You don't run in the bush. You run in the defilade with the bush as intermediate or intermittent cover. That way, if you go down, you're in a defilade, and medic can easily get you. Those running through the bushes are just going to get shot in the bush and then covered. But hey, they're alive. Just critiquing because I got nothing better to do. What's interesting, too, is they kind of followed that whole path, and they could have saved time by just following this dip right here. I don't know why they did all that, but... they're doing good work. RVN just pushing them out of West Steph. Yeho being capped by first RB. This is kind of a shock. Not sure whose rally is on lower pet, but it might behoove, excuse the use of the word, of first RB to get a squad over to lower pet. They could counter sweep the rug. We will see, and wow, look at that. They got the radio too. That is excellent. We're seeing a lot more radios being placed, different angles of attack. That's awesome to see. That can also be a detriment. If you're not pressing consistently, those radios will get dug down, and that's a 20-point deficit. But if you can be fast enough, it's not going to matter. See what Rage is doing, holding that angle. See what G is doing, digging the radio. Excellent. Now, interestingly, they're the tip of the spear here. The RVN guys. You kind of left them for a defense of West Steph, and I'm wondering if that might be the wrong choice. I probably might have sent my best guys to get back into Yevnivka, just because it's so critical and crucial for you to get into Yevnivka to counter a roll. If RB wins this, it's really not. It's really not whoever's guiding RVN's fault, or correction, yeah, RVN's fault. I assume there's an overall shot caller like most comp teams and people are telling them what to do. I assume it isn't just everyone's just running around playing a normal game of squad. I'd like to think that there's some deeper tactics behind it. But it remains to be seen. Now, whose rally is this? Ooh, look at that. It's 44ths. So what's the plan? For some reason, they're running off to the east, I believe that is. Yes, it is. And Jenny is leading the charge. Women lead the way. Ra? Into Lower Pet. And if they do a proper sweep, they're going to burn that rally. It may be the best plan for them to create a hab in between West Pet or on West Pet. In between West Pet and Lower Pet or on West Pet is what I would recommend. We see two people moving in now. They're gunning to third. Acon. Curious why they don't bring a Logi in. Squad 2 getting into some contact there at the intersection. Not a great place, to be honest. Very exposed. Armor comes in. They can be fast. You look up the road and you're good to go. What are the tanks doing? Tanks got Overwatch on West Steph there. Just feeding his kill count. Enemy tank. Not sure what's going on there. Not sure what their plan is, but ooh, look at that. Yevnevka being recapped by 44th. They need to get a body in right now into Lower Pet and burn that rally. Oh, excuse me, sorry about that. Sometimes you keep an eyeball on the map and eyeball on the game, you look at the right thing. Unfortunately, Acon pushed in the wrong direction to get that sweep. They still haven't fully swept the town, but I'm not really sure what's going on. Does Jenny have a full squad? Jenny, for the most part, has a full squad, but they're just getting stuck up. And I'm really not sure where. Maybe she has her troops spread thin. Maybe that's them coming in from a different angle, but that could have been game right there if Jenny had people get in with her on that point to start the cap. That would have it would have pulled all the pressure off of Yevnevka, a good chunk of the pressure off of Yevnevka, and they could have had it. But it looks like that was not the plan. First RB did take out the radio that was on Yevnevka, so that's a juicy chunk of points. RVN, a few RVN guys, looks like they made it back here to Yevnevka because they realized how important it is. We're seeing a lot of like cover gameplay and not so much correction. We see some concealment gameplay, not so much cover gameplay, which is unfortunate, and that's not going to work on a Pixel Hunter close top tier comp team. So, I mean, that's essentially the result. There's definitely no hard cover there. You definitely want hard cover. Concealment is great, but you know, you gotta imagine these guys play pretty hard, which is why I think RVN's a little overpowered. Can't say that it's fair or unfair. I think it's all for fun before squad comp possibly permanently dies, but we will see. Now, generally, I would... so, as far as mercs go, here's my take on it. Hot take time. As far as mercs go, I think mercs are... I think they're okay. I don't see any problem with them. But when an entire squad is merked, it's like, come on. Vex, easily one of the best players currently playing right now. Pretty much gonna solo push RB out of this point. And honestly, they're just operating off a rally, which is why it's imperative that you clear a city structure, a city element, before you actually start to get into a fight. If I was Jenny, I would have kept pushing to the west, figure out if they have a hab. It's not so much for the rally. You might not even see yourself burn the rally. It's to see if there's a hab, but they didn't really check for that. Interestingly, Dastardly Dog here replaces his rally a good distance back, which is what you want to see.
We're in danger of being overrun.
taking a look down at West Steph. There's some goofiness going on there. Current ticket difference. Large. Yeah, 50-ish tickets by RB. This puts them ahead if they keep up this pace, but we'll see how that goes. I think 44th is getting toasted here, and I think, yeah, no. Before I said those numbers, they lost a rating. So that actually checks out pretty good. But if Omnitech here and Dagestan can pop this infantry, they hear him bandaging. Ooh, look at that. Now, see, one of the fun things that they could do is just back up and pressure him through the wall. But watch, they're going to get this angle, and... Oh. Oh my god, baited. Baited. Rotate, kill. I have no clue what he's shooting at. He is blind. Shoot inside. There we go. Alright. Now, can we just... So you know someone's over there. John is down. Almost got them all. What's the plan? So possibly engine out. No component damage, but one tire is out. And that is always painful in squad. Now, do you see how it's spinning? This is exactly why it moves so slow.
Guys around the radio.
So right now...
I thought you were watching that.
The way that squad works in terms of its transmission on all vehicles, even though it's not realistic, is everything is a open differential. It's not limited slip, meaning that if it slips too much, it'll make the other wheels move forward so you have traction. It's open differential, meaning that if one tire is out, the power to all the rest of the wheels is significantly going to be reduced. This is why taking out one tire on an 8-wheeled is just as effective as taking out an engine.
There's something bugging.
However, in the long term, taking out an engine is going to be more rewarding because they cannot get that engine all the way back up, but you can always repair a tire. Sometimes taking out a tire takes a while, though. Yifnifka is still not capped by anyone. It's being neuted, but the fuse here hanging out for dear life. That's 6 tickets right there, ready to give up. Jerbear, Jenny, Akon, and Maddie moving in for cover. Was that Hust that just got toasted? Yes, it was. Jenny moving in. Let's get a Jenny eye to view. It's good to see infantry supporting armor. They're making their way there. Well, Jenny obviously saw that. Tested obviously saw that as well. Not sure why they wouldn't go for a frag. Interesting. Traded. Are they planning to dismount to get that tire up? I don't know if it's clear. And there's the cap, and there's the flip with a 10-ticket lead for 44th. Always unfortunate to see. And a piece of armor actually comes in. He's going to fight that armor as best he can as he gets that tire up. The shots are missing. He's penning. Oh! Easy clap for Omnitech. F in chat for the 44th, guys. Not sure what they were doing there. They might have had a shot from behind. That seemed like it went down way too fast. But I wasn't exactly looking at where those shots were going. We see some revives going on there. They should definitely pop that vehicle for the points. Current tickets exactly even. They're tied up. 171 to 171. 39 minutes left on the clock. Pop that vehicle, get those points. That was a good fight, but I'm pretty sure it's finished here. Let's look back towards Yifnifka, that 44th now has control of. And it's looking good. It looks like First RB is doing the exact same thing they were doing before. Pushing up and handling this concealment area. And it looks like they're doing a good job. We'll see how fast they can redirect operating off this hab here, which might get toasted real soon. A small squad of 44s led by not the Doc Torhammer, but Kiersey of Ravens. Red 6. Possibly doing a bio break. Going to the bathroom, taking a number 2, possibly, maybe a number 1. Could be sitting there as Recon. Our ref streams in. Doc Hammer Kiersey looking around. Hab is neutralized. Red 6 still lost in the sauce. And a gun run struck something. Looks like it was a Marine strike against a 44th Hab. Looks like Red 6 is back up, maybe. Rest in peace, Commander. That's what it is. That's the Commander, and he's probably in his cam looking for things. Awareness. Awareness, awareness, awareness. And he's back. He's alive. Surrounded. For some reason, a 3-round burst.
Come in, quick, get in.
He's not really sure who he's talking to.
Get in.
There's no one else with him. I think we're having a mental snap right now. One option for him is to change over to a kit that does have a shovel. Let's zoom out. Uh-oh. Kiersey moving in. Good frags. Good shots. What's the play? Ooh, and a trade! You hate to see that. Awful. Awful, awful, awful. And it's only going to get worse with the infantry combat overhaul coming out on the 27th. Tickets tied up once again. Not looking too bueno. Oops. Just realized I left the cam on there. The 1st Recon Battalion of the RB Coalition. Not making good strides to get in. We'll give you that Moy Diggity eye in the sky, and maybe don't mess up my stream. Whoops. Sorry about that. That was actually a mistake. I'm not memeing. That was not a joke. I was trying to save myself some embarrassment by very stealthily. If you guys know me and my streams, I always take a guess on who is going to win the match. And I had a feeling that it might be RB. Well, we didn't expect the guest stars to show up and start clearing house. So I wanted to save myself a little embarrassment by quickly switching that around. Did not turn out that way. Totally unintentional. I do apologize. Don't get upsetty spaghetti. Please be patient with me. I have autism. Good to see this tank in action being used. What's interesting is no one's really trying to press the tank for those points. It is a large ticket sink, 15 tickets, but it's really not that great, and everyone's really trying to play with it stealthily. No one wants to do the wide flanks, which is good. I'd rather see the tanks being used to support infantry in their presses, but could be better. Could be better. Could be better utilized. Looking at these Habs, it's RB and crew moving up to the north through the swamp to Yevnivka, and vice versa. 44th in Yevnivka moving south through the swamp to West Steph. We got some stragglers going to the sides to make a push here, but it looks like they have RB cornered. RB is getting wrapped right now. They got all angles of the swamp. We're going to zoom over to this hab just so we can see whose it is. Alright, that is 44th. They do have a backup hab. Excellent to see, just in case that little switcheroo happens again. And we noticed that 44th is not on East Noble anymore, which is good. Can't tell you if there's mines, but, you know, we'll see. I think the hab is being replaced, it looks like. Excellent. Good to hear those mortars still rocking, but I'm not actually sure. Okay, they are 44ths, and they are rocking towards West Steph. Checking this out over here. Good to get a secondary hab up, another angle of attacks. Looking good. Current ticket difference of about 10 tickets in favor of 44th. This still puts them in a 50-ticket overall lead for the match. So RB will have to soak that up. They need to win by over 42 tickets if they want to win the overall match. So let's see. And we see first RB choosing a different avenue of attack for once, which is excellent to see. Once again, it is through concealment, not so much cover, but you know, forests don't exactly provide too much cover. And as a shock to literally no one, the Raven guys are penetrating the western side of West Steph pretty effectively, and to go against them is your boy G. G's out here, holding it down. Repping the squad. We seem to, you can't park there. Wonder if he knows. G still holding it down against the RB and the boys, but damn, from across the map! 30 mil, 25 mil. Rocking the shots, but that looks like he's gonna get approached on, encroached on real quick. And he's going directly for those 44th guys. What is Alex Soldier doing? What kit is he? What is he planning to do? That's right. We have this zoom. Looks like he's a rifleman. Nope, medic.
This is like the stupidest angle ever.
He's gonna get his arming distance. That's your last possible hat. Alex ran over. Does not shock me. If you have good ears, you can hear outside of your vehicle. So as memey as that was, waste of a ticket. Downvote for Alex Soldier. Gotta be critical. Gotta be critical of all parties. No allegiances. Except Vex. He's pretty cool. Jenny too. She's pretty cool. That's it though. That is a mess of color to the north. Tickets are tied up once again, or they were. Now they're in the lead for RB. There's just a few difference. Let's see if they can do it. They need to make a play. These teams are playing pretty evenly right now in terms of trades and what's going on. They just need to make a good play to stack the tickets in their favor. We got the RB crew pushing in. Excellent. Spectre, as I'm sure they say it. Red 6, dead inside. My trick. Poor Astro. Oop. Saban probably going to get a touch, but can dead inside push before that happens. inside, double hop, sees the guy. They'll somehow to fight. Doesn't work out to Dead Inside's favor. Cynico runs up to be the man of the house. Ooh. And from another angle, first RB. This is a good wrap. Decoy is there. JB and Osiris have to take out Decoy. That is a threat. And JB does it very skillfully. Spectre has that angle. Let's see what he's looking at. Or a Spectre. For some reason. Oh my god. Poor Spectre. Toasted in the literal sense. But bodies on top of bodies. They are pushing hard. A spread by RVN. It's not even fair. And TGO is somehow behind this whole crew. Are they recapping? No, they are not. Tickets very close. 40 more tickets until we can decide who the winner of the game is. If it goes below, if RB's tickets go below 42, they automatically lose the match. It's not that they automatically lose, but technically the game's over because they can't make up the 42 ticket difference unless someone's going to call out infractions and violations, in which would sway the ticket count in someone's favor depending on who was fined for that. I did not check the rules. I've been casting games for a very long time. All the rules are pretty much the same. Rules very rarely surprise me. One surprise change is the healing through walls. A lot of comp tournaments, they kind of just gave up on trying to police that, and they just allow it now. Understandable. Very rarely does that happen. However, I'm curious about this RVN last minute merc. Little unfair. If I were to say so. TGO, not looking good. But it's the fake TGO, not the real TGO. RB is looking good in a slight lead. They are fighting hard for that hab. And they just need a little bit of help, armor or otherwise. Taking a look at the friendly vehicles. I do not see friendly tank. I do see friendly tank now. I was blind, but now I can see. Friendly tanks doing that flank. Not too wide of a flank, just a assist. Enemy tank is marked by friendlies. And here we go, another RB push. Go ahead and get that Moy Diggity Dog eye in the sky. And we'll see if we can get some individuals to go for specifically. We'll orient, so screen up is north. Fair day. Trying to make it in. Can I get a tag on them? Doing work. What's their plan? Smokes go wide for speed. Clear every corner. I might say smoke wide for speed. Get close to that hab. If it's not guarded by some sort of vehicle, why not? We got Kiersey, not the actual Dr. Hammer, doing a flank. Going for elevation. Looks like a lot of them did not make it in. You know what I'm curious about, though? I do not see hot drops. I have not seen a single hot drop. I have not seen a single piece of armor utilized in a mechanized fashion. And while I understand that that might not be the meta, I really feel like in some of these situations, it would have been like the perfect thing. All you got to do is nuke the hab and stay near it and press them from a different angle. But the 44th are really holding on. They're definitely holding on. With RVN's help, of course. But I'm not going to diminish their own skill. They do have some good plans here and there. Let's find our first RB gents. See what angle they're attacking from. Unless that was them. That looks like the majority of them taking a defensive stance. Tank's still doing a wrapperoonie. Did the enemy tank die? Oh no, we are very close to tickets. 4 tickets, 2 tickets, and they fall below the threshold to actually win the game. Pain. There is a chance if they capture Yevhenivka and Lower Pet that they could come back. But will they be able to? Do not see enemy tank. Friendly tank on the prowl for the flank. Ooh, and they just dipped below the 42 ticket threshold that they need. It's not looking great. But, ooh, we got a toasty battle over there. Ooh, there's the tank. Found it. Oh my. Trades on trades. Rough. Caught the tail end of that one. That is unfortunate. Possibly taking a defensive stance. That's what RB is probably doing. And, you know, RB took 44th and Raven down this low. But imagine if Raven was not a part of this battle. It would not have turned out this way, which is why I'm confident about my little mistake there. We just happen to have some guest stars, that's all. Honestly, though, if I was Jenny, I probably would have been like... Because they said in the beginning, they're like, oh, what, Raven can't play? If I was Jenny, I would have been like, nah, dog. Like, I would have been like, you guys are better than us, and we're just trying to exist. Let me enjoy my squad comp before it gets destroyed. Current ticket difference, about 1 ticket in favor of 44th. I'm sure that'll change. Now it's tied up. 21 minutes on the clock. I love the second round in these games because both teams are warmed up. Nobody's turtling. Everyone's pressing and fighting. Look at this. That tank, where's Friendly Tank? Friendly Tank is trying to get over here and make a difference in the world, but he has to speed. Rage, what's his plan? Who is he? What's he got on him? Does he have a rocket or is he just running? That ain't no rocket I ever seen. Looks like that vehicle's able to get away with that tank still existing. Uranium is dead. We got our rooftop Koreans watching the enemy tank, calling it a friendly tank. If my Q lock-on would work.
Keep going forward.
I can hear it.
Keep going.
I would engine off. Ooh, yes. No, he bounced it off the ground, but he might not have the no. Now this is what I'm talking about. He's exposing his front. Make use of that reverse speed if you need to, but don't let him get your spot there. And that was a bounce because he went for the upper Glacius with a terrible rotation where Annie gets the kill. Excellent. Shot for the 44th. I suppose you're trying to aim at anything you can hit. If you're ever in this situation where all you can hit is the turret or the upper turret, aim for the breach, essentially, the traversal element between the two cheeks. That is a terrible spot for some reason in squad. Don't at me, I don't know why. Turret ring is obviously infinitely better. Sometimes you gotta so just pretend you're playing War Thunder, trying to do some torture. One ticket left. Who gonna give up first? Who gonna give up? I have my pen out because I didn't think anything else will happen, but they are holding on for dear life. Gotta get that extra ticket in. Honestly, that was a very impressive game from all parties involved. Most impressively was RB and first RB's able to hold off an entire squad. Go ahead and get her screenshots.
Let's go.
Shit. 15 kills.
God damn.
Hey, I assisted.
Well done,
Damn it,
everybody.
Nightingale. You got more pickups?
Woo! Squad 6, good fucking job. 16 down.
You're welcome for the track.
We killed most of their helis, armor, everything.
All right, that's the end of the game, guys. That is a win for the 44th Anglian? Hold on, I got me. Anglian. Not battalion. Regiment. Thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you liked it, please give me a like. Can't guarantee that I'm ever going to cast a game again, so it's pretty much my last one. But hey, who knows? Squad Comp could come back in mysterious ways. There is still the Armor tournament, and Armor has not been molested yet. So hey, there's that. Once again, I'm Winter Sin. Shout out to our ref troll. Thank you so much, dog. And thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Watch this on YouTube. Should be up real soon.